Welcome to the Energy Pipeline Podcast. My name is Josh Lowry. We are coming to you live from the Upright Digital Studios at Prang & Associates office in Houston, Texas. I am joined by two gentlemen today. This is a great podcast. I have a great story for the audience here in a minute, but before I get to that, let me introduce these guys. We have Dallas McCauley, who's the Vice President of Canadian Operations with Step Energy Services. Dallas? You got to say your name.
Good day.
They got to hear the...
Yeah, Dallas. Yeah, glad to be here. I'm actually disappointed that you bragged up these pink shoes on your podcast with Andy, and I was expecting to see them today.
So I have pink socks.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
So that's the episode he was on, was the Valentine's episode then.
Yeah, totally.
All right, Dallas is coming in hot here, folks. And then Nathan Getschel, who is the Director of Asset Management and Manufacturing with Step Energy Service.
Yes,
How are you, buddy?
Yeah, appreciate you guys having us on.
So if we sound like we are electric and that we've been talking for perhaps 9 minutes and we are warmed up, there's a reason for that. Dallas, why don't you tell the audience why you are so comfortable? Is this your first podcast?
This is my first podcast.
Why do you sound so comfortable in your first podcast?
Well, the heart rate was going about 600, and we've calmed down to normal operating temperatures parameters. So. Yeah, it was just a hey, 9 minutes and no recording, and here we go. We're live now.
You know, that's right. I thought we were live. We had a technical difficulty. We got 9 minutes in. We realized we had a technical difficulty, and we started over. Do you know why? It's because we're pros.
And we bounce
back. We did solve. So we're going to, audience, the audience knows I'm the greatest podcast host of all time. And we had a question on the first 9 minutes that we are going to ask again and see if the audience knows, because we solved it in that interim break here. These guys are Canadians, which everyone knows is my favorite town to do business in, oil and gas. Love Calgary. I've enjoyed going up there for my entire career. There is one of the things Dallas is saying is how great it is to do business downtown.
Yeah, there's the core of Calgary is connected through the plus 15, and with our harsh winters, our environments, we can literally walk inside to go meet our vendors, our clients, have a coffee, have a beer, stay warm, don't have to put the parka on, and we'll go back to work.
Parka. We do not have parkas in Texas.
Yeah, so when our U.S. team comes up for board meetings, sometimes we'll just maybe be out a little bit later than we should be, and they got to take in the harsh winter before they're waiting for their Uber. They're walking back to the hotel, and they're freezing their tail off.
Yes. And then, so we were calling it you called it the plus 15.
Plus 15.
Plus 15, right? Or that's what they're called, as the plus 15s.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
And I said, and I thought I knew why they were called plus 15s. Nathan said, well, they're 15 feet up.
Yeah, pretty sure it's floor 1.5.
Well, that's right, floor 1.5. And I was like, I think it's 15 feet up, and we've solved that. That is what's going on. These are they're 15 feet up, which would make sense. A floor and a half, halfway up. And if you kind of go to Calgary, they litter all over town, and you can run between buildings.
Yeah, every tower is interconnected.
I love it.
It's awesome.
I love it. The negative is that the sun doesn't go down early enough, and you can just
in the summer.
In the summertime.
That's right. We're getting to that point. We were sitting at a friend's last night, and it was 8 o'clock, and it was dark, and then I FaceTimed the family, and it was still light at home. So it's getting to be that great season to be in Canada. The summers in Canada are wicked. Great time to be outside. Sun's still up at 10:30, 11 o'clock. So you can be finishing 18 holes.
Oh my
after
gosh.
work, coming in, and the sun's setting on the 18th hole, and it's just a great place to be.
You know, Dallas, this may not be the place for me to live when you say it like that, because I need the world to tell me when to go to bed.
Oh, I'm the same way.
I need something to say go to bed.
Yeah, it's not the Canadian summer then.
It's not me. It's not going to be me telling myself to go to bed. It's the sun going, it's Josh, it's time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, with the winter, though, you don't get to see the sun. So it's the
Is it just dark all winter long? I really don't recall much
quite,
winter up
you
there.
You don't leave the office. It's, by the time you leave the office, it's dark. By the time you get there, it's dark.
So I need to go. I got your titles here, but I want to kind of hear this real quick. So Director of Asset Management and Manufacturing. We talked a little bit off air about what manufacturing means to me is machining, forgings, castings, etc.
Yes, sir.
What is manufacturing? What does manufacturing mean to you, Nathan?
Yeah, so in my role currently, it's really overseeing everything that's all things assets at the end of the day. So that's where typically we'll third party a lot of our manufacturing, assembling much of our components together. So my position will look after how we design that, set that as a standard, make sure it works for our operation, is reliable at the end of the day. And then, outside of that, really evolves into our capital and R&M plan, managing and overseeing that side of it. So,
And again, off air, we were talking about how just managing suppliers. People, I mean, Caterpillar, for instance, your job is to pick the ones that I would say don't give you the headache.
Yeah, try to.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to give you a headache at some point, right? Yeah. Manufacturing is manufacturing.
Yeah, least amount of headache with obviously
best solution for the headache.
Yeah, quality products.
While controlling cost at quality product at the end of the day, right? So
as you know, in the oil and gas space now, reliability is such a big part of our business. And when you go to a client site, they expect you to execute at a very high level. So that starts with Nathan's team partnering with the right vendors and having that reliable product on site.
What do we want to talk about? So let me just tell you guys how great my team is, other than some technical recording errors. Truly, I mean, so Caterpillar doesn't mess around. This is the Caterpillar. They're a big sponsor of this. The notes that they give me, and they think I'm reading their notes. I don't read their notes because they're just so much better than I am. They have a professional team of communications, and I'm like, I can barely read. Yeah. So my team translates their notes into my type of, I like outlines. I'm an outline guy.
I'm a bullet point guy.
Yeah,
I'll turn it into my own story.
Yes.
I just want the nuts and bolts of it.
Thank you. Correct. So that's what I have to do, right? Yeah. I'm not a paragraph guy.
Oh.
I'm 2 sentences. I'm like, oh, squirrel.
Yeah.
What are we talking about over here?
I would have 7 different paragraphs, and then I go to speak, and I wouldn't talk about any of those ones.
Yes.
And it'd be another version.
See, we would wear Nathan out.
Yes. Yeah.
That is the opposite of you, isn't it?
Yeah. A little bit, yeah. I'm trying.
I had a guy tell me one time, he says, Josh, he goes, you're a paragraph guy. I'm a spreadsheet guy. And I was like, yeah, I understand what you're saying there.
We got those two, the spreadsheet.
Yes. So there's a lot to talk about. By the way, I got to give audience, look how great I am as a podcast host, how quickly I can seamlessly move into this. You need to follow us on all of our social media channels, and most specifically, go to the Caterpillar Oil and Gas website and check out all the episodes. Caterpillar does a great job like indexing any subject you want to talk about. This was you guys are the first people to throw swag behind me.
Nice. Kudos to Nathan. That was his idea.
This is great. So we're going to talk about the NGX product here in a minute. Yeah. But I think this is really kind of brilliant for you guys to throw this behind us. I'm like, actually, it's kind of smart to do this. If we only knew a marketing company.
Yeah, right.
So do you guys want to talk about NGX real quick? Where do we want to start? Because I've got lots of cool things we can talk about. Why don't we talk about, so NGX is gas management system. Let's talk about that.
Yep. Yeah, so the NGX is based on Caterpillar's GMS solution, so their gas mechanical system. It's a 100% natural gas driven engine. They've been working through a pilot phase over the last year and a bit here, and we were fortunate to know some of the great people at Caterpillar and partner with them on getting to deploy some of the original asset base in some of the harshest conditions up in the cold winters. So it's been a great partnership and great opportunity all around.
Yeah, I think we got to plug Nathan's. Kudos to Nathan. He's developed a great partnership and a relationship with the Caterpillar team, and I think that was one of the legs up on why we were the first to bring the GMS to Canada. So Nathan did a great job.
Yeah.
And of course the Caterpillar team's great to get along with, and Nathan connects with them on the technical level. So I feel like they had a solid partner in step as well, and the right people to bring that product. Very transparent with the data. Coming to site if they want to be on site with our clients and watching this unit run. So it's been great.
So we've been hearing about this from the Caterpillar side. You're the first ones we've heard about it from the end user side.
Okay, awesome.
So tell us about it.
Where to start?
Yeah, truly.
It's a beast.
Well, there's a lot actually I want to hear about it.
Yeah,
I'd like to hear about it from the fuel saving side. This is what they talk about often. I want to hear I kind of do. Remember, and to be fair, off air, I said people don't want to hear about the widget to the nth degree, but all of a sudden I'm actually kind of interested in it because I have been hearing so much about this, and it feels like there's so many metrics that are changing the game for what we've been used to. that I am pretty interested in some of the specifics. So if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm all for.
Oh my God, Nathan is look at
he
is pumped, boys and girls.
Just remember to shout squirrel if I go too far. Right?
Go ahead, my man. I want to hear this.
Yeah, no. So I mean, from an NGX perspective, and again the GMS side from CAT, really it's 100% natural gas. That's where we started with. It was really from our client's perspective is everybody's wanting to use more gas, displace diesel, lower their cost to operate, and that's one of the fundamental ways is obviously through our horsepower, because each one of our horsepower is, they're burning upwards of 400, 500 liters. So I think that's
8 million gallons.
Yeah, roughly.
Gallons per hour, right? So it's about lowering that cost, but then doing it reliably and such. So what we also did, or what CAT did with this package, was actually took conventionally we're about a 2,500 horsepower engine. This is actually 3,600 horsepower. So we were actually able to squeeze more power density into a smaller footprint, which came to a lot of complications, especially up in Canada, because we have a lot of road rules that have weight restraints, unfortunately. But
yeah, so we couldn't put it on a conventional trailer. It's actually on a 10 foot wide, 24 wheeler.
Did you have to shift it sideways? Or how is it sitting on there?
No, it's laid out as a conventional pump.
Okay.
But again, the trailer is just beefed up. It's essentially like a coiled tubing trailer. It's a massive trailer because we need that many wheels for the axle allowance.
Okay.
It comes right down to placement of those components on that trailer though too, right? Like if your tractor is a couple inches too far forward, they can throw us out of weight for where that weight lands on those axles. So,
is this available to view on your website?
It is, yeah. We do have the NGX posted on there.
What's the website, just so people can go look at it?
step-es.com.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So yeah, from an asset wise, we were actually able to. So right now our asset base consists of tier 2, tier 4, and now NGX, and majority of it actually CAT based up in Canada. With that NGX, because of the power density, because our focus is on, or some of our client focuses on burning natural gas more so than the diesel, we're actually able to optimize and get almost 2-to-1 horsepower, hydraulic horsepower out of this asset in comparison to our existing tier 4 fleet when trying to run on an optimized displacement level, so to speak. So it
reduces our footprint on site. So you have 2-to-1 horsepower. So site size in Canada is very, very particular. We only have so much room. We are going back to some existing pad sites now as well. So that footprint becomes really critical when you want to achieve, more rate, more pressure to complete these wells. So bringing out with this technology, you're able to reduce that footprint because, as you can imagine, it's a very busy site when you got multi-pad operations going on. You got wireline, you got pump downs, you got sand coming in and out. Like it's a mini city out there. And so when you can reduce that horsepower footprint, gives you the ability to be a little more nimble on what else has to go on.
Well, for the record, I used to sell fluid. Fluid ends were my core business for 12 years, so I don't like anything you're talking about.
Yeah. Wrecks a lot of components.
I would like to go back to the 300-hour lasting fluid end world.
We would not.
That was really good for me.
We would not, no.
Oh, you don't want that for me? Those were good times.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but go on and tell me about how great you guys are. I'm listening. Yes, Nathan, tell me about your success.
Yeah.
No, I actually am interested in this. Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been a great product for us so far.
I mean, those numbers sound kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, with the added horsepower, obviously you're pumping a lot more rate. So to your point, it's a lot more fluid going through that fluid end. But all in all, the package has been great for us. It's
Okay, well, hang on. That's kind of leads to another question, but to the management. But I know that you have a lot of history with digitalization. Are you guys monitoring your preventative maintenance differently these days? I mean, how are you monitoring this stuff to make sure that it lasts longer? You're taking care of it. I assume that you're putting.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so that's one of my core backgrounds. Actually, was more control systems.
Oh, good. Josh did his homework. Keep going.
Yeah, I did. So that is something I'm deeply passionate about. Actually, is the control side, the automation side, and seamless integration from a site overview. So every every asset that we have actually has, like a frac pump, for example, have over 250 plus data points, right? So it's really, we're trying to monitor absolutely everything that's coming off that pump. And for us, it's, you talk about 300 hours, but it's not necessarily about, we talk about hours more because the finance group needs to know how many hours that fluid head's going to last.
That's right.
For us, it's really what that component's going through in its life, right? Because a pump can go through pump fluid for 300 hours and not see anywhere, but it might pump at, it's really about the kilowatts and the tonnage of proppant you're pumping through that asset, right? So data is everything. We do focus on putting all that data up to the cloud, and allows us to go through and start other programs that can start looking at different modeling, and really focus on asset efficiency and asset life, right? So,
I mean, and Dallas, I'm sitting here looking at your stuff as well. You guys are not fly by night guys with STEP. Like, this is, you're decade plus in this thing.
Yeah, we got a lot of balls in the air.
Yeah, you do.
We manage a lot of people. Now with the merger with Sanjol Energy Services and Wayfinder, the organization is over 1,600 employees now.
Is it really?
So it's, we're turning into a bigger animal, and the vertically integrated business is positioned us well for the future. We're now cementing, on the drilling side, we're cementing wells in, we're stimulating the wells, we're milling out the wells. So it's really from the cementing side and then handing it over to production. So we're involved in a lot more of the process, bringing wells to life.
That is much bigger than I remember STEP being.
Yeah, absolutely. So the merger is quite fresh, and from my chair, super happy with the Sanjol Energy Services team. They're great leadership, safety focused, client focused. They really focus on their quality assurance as well. They're about delivering great products, and I'd say the same for Wayfinder. Great leadership, domestic sand located in a great spot in central Alberta, and great access to the Duvernay formation. And again, we're just a bigger animal, and it's exciting to what we're going to be looking into the future.
What is the future for STEP? I mean, how do you guys view it as? I mean, look, there's a lot of changes, a lot of additions.
It's very positive. We're finally seeing investment come back into Canada. Ovintiv has gotten bigger. Shell has gotten bigger. They bought Arc Resources, so we're seeing outside of Canada investment come back in. We have LNG that's growing. And again, we're positioned well to take advantage of that market dynamics.
Is that, I don't want to go political by any means. I really don't.
Either do I.
Yeah, because number one, there is no answer.
It's a rabbit hole.
There is, there's no answer. They're both wrong, and it just does this.
And we can't control that.
And you can't control it.
We got to control what we can control, and that's,
buddy, that is the answer for the record. But is there just data center affecting the reinvestment? Are the market forces just more favorable? Is there, why is it coming back in there? Because it was tough. Again, I love Canada. That was not fake. I'm not being, that's not just fluff about Calgary. It's one of the most enjoyable towns to do business in. But there was a period where you could not do business in Calgary. Yeah. And in Canada, I'm thrilled to hear that it's a place that that it's coming back and it's lively again. Why is that happening?
I think a lot of it has to do with the prospects of LNG. No different than the U.S.
Okay.
The oil markets are obviously strong. We all watch what WTI is trading at. I do think that we're in a more favorable position from a government standpoint. I think the world in general realizes that we need energy, and I think it's great. And as we move forward, we're bringing on technologies like the GMS. It's more emissions friendly. I think it's just a lot of excitement overall, and you can feel it as we're in Houston as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm happy to hear that. That sounds very normal business opportunities.
Yeah.
Right. And look, everybody here, I always joke with people, nobody wants to go to dinner with me anymore because all I talk about is AI and peptides.
Peptides.
That's it. Peptides and AI. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
And then maybe the third thing is data centers.
Data centers.
Yes. And how are you powering them? How are you involved in them? How data center. Behind the meter. Well, I mean, take your pick here. And I'm wondering if that's starting to, if those conversations are taking place up in Canada as a whole, all over the place. And I'm
at a smaller level, they're happening. But from our standpoint, again, it's how do we provide that that natural gas.
You're
that
just there
power
to service
generation.
the gas then. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's great. I mean, again, that's, by the way, you're right on target for where I was going next. And by the way, that's what everybody's strategy is going to be, is natural gas. That is the solution for what we're trying to all get to.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have an abundance of Canada. We, hence the GMS. So when we started the frac business in 2015, we knew early on that, natural gas is going to be part of this. We were wondering what the clients were looking for, so we invested into the Tier 2 technology early on in 15. Rolled out a couple fleets with the Tier 2 technology, and then we got into Tier 4 through a neat client partnership where we were able to build out a crew with Tier 4. And then we were, again, back to the first to bring the GMS to Canada, which our clients are extremely happy with. Our operations team love working on that beast, and it's proven out to be a reliable asset.
Well, there's a line, go back to 2015 probably, right? 10 years ago. Back when the world of subsea was actually dead. but we didn't know it was going to be dead forever at that time. And a friend of mine they signed a deal with one of the big offshore companies. And it was a huge deal at that time. They were going to start refurbing BOPs. And he nailed it. The company nailed it. So, and the CEO was quoted in the paper. So I called him and I said, hey, great job. This is a big deal. And he said, Josh, he goes, it is a big deal. And he said, he says, we worked on this with everybody. We tried to get everybody to do this. And he said, nobody wanted to be first. Mm-hmm. He said, everybody wants to be second.
Fast followers.
Yeah. Man, when I hear you guys talk, did everybody want to be first? Or did you guys want to be first? And now that you're first or we're first, does everybody want to be second? Or how much of a head start do you guys have, and how fast do you have to run to stay ahead?
We've got to run pretty fast.
I would think so.
Fast, yeah.
But we like to challenge ourselves, and we like to be on that leading edge, not bleeding edge is what we say. But, I think we embrace the challenges. Nathan can touch a little bit on our electric backside. But again, if you want to be the first call to your client, you've got to be able to stick your neck out a little bit to bring these solutions to them. And it's not going to go right the first time. It may not even go right the second or the third. But when you have a team like we've assembled at Step, you get to that point where, like, holy cow, that was a lot of work, but it's rewarding. And now you got this finished product in the field, and you're executing for clients, and people are looking over the fence like, how did they do that? What's different about these guys? So it's very cool to be, again, Nathan does a great job on, understanding that big picture on how do we get this asset to the field. And then my team, we wreck it a little bit, but that's just part of fracking. But
so you're right. It comes down to that partnership, right? It's like it's a three-way union is what I look at. It's like that client. It's the people within our organization, the people within the team that want to see it through, and have just as much into it to drive them forward with it. And then it's the technical side of it, like the partners of the OEMs and whatnot that have our back with it, right? So it's that's why I love being first with it, is because I know the support team that we have internally and the outside two groups that support us with it. So it's,
how did the field react to being first?
Our operations, it's
our operations,
because they want that technology too, right? And
I would think they love it. Actually,
they love it.
Without their buy-in, we can't be successful.
100%.
So it's seeing them, it's supporting them, making sure that they see it, they want it. And then anything that they do run into, we need to make sure that we're 100% there supportive for it, so that they do want it there the next job, right?
And I would think, again, just this is one of those worlds, the whole joke about AI. AI is taking your job. No, listen, AI is not. The guy who knows how to work AI is taking your job, right? That's that line.
You got to be the guy that's leveraging AI to get you to where you need to be.
Well, but I mean, that's AI specifically on you for your group and your operations. I would imagine that, anybody can use a hammer, but it's the guy that knows how to use the hammer with technology, et cetera, the digital side of things. Your team now feels more advanced than the next crew out there.
Absolutely.
And that to me is a huge advantage for them.
Yeah, they're proud to roll that equipment on the site. The clients are like, oh, that's cool. Tell me about it. And our field professionals are like, yeah, check this out. And then you go to a site visit, and these guys are they're so proud to be out there.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, tell me more about that. I'm really interested. I love when those guys get that recognition. Because listen, it is easy to do a podcast in this badass studio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is easy.
Absolutely.
I bet it's not real easy when you're freezing your butt off.
No, and that's where the collaboration with our group goes. I grew up at the ground level. I started at the bottom and grew myself through, and now in executive leadership. Yeah. But again, my focus is collaborating with my field professionals.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're dealing with on a day in and day out basis. I'm sitting in the ivory tower, like, what do I know? But so that's where you got to have these conversations with them and say, hey, what's working for you? What's not working for you? You know, we have an open door policy. Call me anytime, 24/7. Like, we're in operations. We want to make these things work for you.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes STEP so successful, though, too, is that history, that experience that we all have, right? Like, every one of us grew up at that ground level. They've all put in a ton of time. You know, so many employees that are professionals that we have that are 20-year plus that are in it from the boots ground and want to make a difference, right? Like, their passion is this. It's the industry. It's what they're doing from day to day. So it's awesome to see.
I almost get emotional talking about that stuff because that's really how these podcasts started. Just so you know, we started this first podcast in 2019 selling forgings. Okay. Like, I was trying to sell forgings. That's fine. And you know, not anybody can sell forgings, but steel is a commodity. Yeah. So we were selling steel forging fluid ends. Great. You sell that. Well, okay, fine. Mine costs $1. This guy's costs $1.02, right? Or whatever. Yeah. And I kept thinking, how am I going to tell people that mine is better? You know, like, why is mine better? Yeah. And I was like, well, mine's better because the guy at the shop works harder and he's been there longer. And if there's a problem, if there's a 3 a.m. call, he gets up to answer the call. And I started really thinking about that. And I used to work in the Midwest, in Pennsylvania, Ohio. That's where I'm from professionally. And I don't know how to fix that stuff. And I've been made fun of at the machine shop for the guy who doesn't know how to work anything. Yeah. But that's fine. I was willing to look stupid so I could be around these guys. And what you realize is the passion. We interviewed a guy from CAT, and I'm so glad. It's so funny you mentioned the outline. I don't know if this was on our recorded part or not, but if not, you told a story about how there was an outline of a wrench that if it's not there, that means that tool is missing. And if you've ever been to a machine shop, then everyone knows what that means, right? And I always loved that example of that's how you know a shop is done right.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You know, because if you're willing to take the time to tape out a wrench and the hammer and everything, and that better be back. And I'm telling you, I've been in there when it's not back. And that guy is furious.
Yep.
Attention to detail.
Attention to detail.
Also scared, wondering where it's gone.
Say it again.
Also scared, wondering where it went.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. But if it better not be Josh Lowry who left that hammer out or the wrench gone, because he'll kill me. Right? Somebody else could be using it right now. But I love the story behind the guy who takes the attention, takes the time to do the little things behind the scenes that nobody ever gets attention for. So the fact that, you know, when you say that you came from the ground up and you guys worked it and your attention to the detail on the mechanical or the electrical stuff, like, this is what makes our industry so great.
Agreed.
I could talk about this for 5 hours. Like, this is what makes a company. Private equity guys, fine. Spreadsheet guys, and they're smart too. Don't get me wrong. They're really smart guys, but it really comes down to the people that our audience will never meet.
Yeah. The reality is we're 80% of our professionals work in the field to bring in the revenue dollars to keep the wheels turning on the big organization, and we try and put focus on that. We try and recognize our field professionals for what they do day in and day out, because it's not easy, and there is a true appreciation at our organization for those team members.
Well, technically, we've been on this podcast for 6 hours, but we've only been recording for about 30 minutes. So we're going to keep going here. This is a good question here. What customers, when they're evaluating solutions for you guys, what ultimately drives the decision? Cost savings, performance, strategy? You're a strategy guy.
Yeah. So when our clients are looking at us, it's bringing the gas technology. It's trying to understand what their well completion program looks like. It's trying to be efficient on site for them. I mean, safety is at top of mind. We do a great job on collaborating with our clients. We'll do town halls on site. So we'll go up there and we'll make sure that we reinforce that safety culture within the organization, and our clients do a great job of that as well.
Sorry, you stopped. I was mid note taking here. Where's the industry going for you guys? What do you think? Do you think they follow you guys, or you think you guys keep leading? What happens to the industry?
We want to keep leading.
Yeah.
In terms of technology, 100%.
Yeah. Our C-suite probably gets a little annoyed with us because we always want to bring new technology and again, back to us not necessarily getting it right the first time, but we will get to that point where, we brought something new and we're at that leading edge.
So, and I know you're a little tongue in cheek there, but like, why would they be annoyed? Money, time?
I think it's capital efficiency. So, making sure that what we invest in is going to give us a return.
Okay.
And in these market conditions, and for the OFS space, we need to be really diligent on what we are investing in.
Right.
So you need to have, solid products behind you. You need to have reliable assets and working for the clients on a daily basis.
I actually really like this question. I want to get your opinion on this. You guys can either or both. Your vantage point. What is the biggest misconception about natural gas powered operations today?
Oof.
Yeah.
From biggest misconception would be likely just everybody feels that they have sufficient gas, right? And not all the time do you have the amount or the quality of gas that you necessarily require. That's a big reason. Like one of our strategies, I guess you could say, from a site level is how do you deliver 0 to 100% diesel displacement, right? And the reason why we say and everything in between is because it's not just one technology that can give you 100%. It's some clients may be able to support 60% displacement. Some may be able to do 80. Some may be able to do 90 to 100. So it's but just saying that you want to burn 100% natural gas it's complicated in doing so and making sure you can manage that capacity and that quality. And
yeah, that's where my head goes as well. Is we're going to bring the best asset base out for you based off of what you can supply us for gas.
Okay.
It's not, hey,
that's a great.
It's actually back to that capital efficiency. So if we have a client that can only provide X gas, then we might have a mixture of tier 2, tier 4 NGX. We might go down the road and this client has an abundance of gas and we can send out all GMS and a few tier 4s. So really we want to focus on the clients on what they can deliver to us so we can deliver equally back to them, and we'll get whatever that substitution number is or diesel displacement number is, and we're all happy. But we have that expectation going into that work.
And from an asset base too, when you look at it, I mean, we still have some of our legacy tier 2 assets. We have a giant tier 4 asset base and some of this NGX. But when you start looking at it from the client cost perspective, you can take a handful of tier 2s, mix it with some NGXs, and now all of a sudden you're out displacing a tier 4 fleet. So it really comes down to how our operations teams goes and compiles those fleets for that client and addresses what assets are going out, and at the end of the day achieves the exact same result as what the client
So
wants.
my kind of one of my final questions was how quickly are customers adopting this, but it really comes down to how quickly can they help service their own adoption?
Yeah,
Is that a way to say it?
And how we can support that, yeah.
Okay.
Helping them identify that, right? There is different techniques too, and where we can help boost gas, quote unquote, in terms of if it's or help them come up with solutions that will help deliver more and displace the most amount. But
I would also say one other point of misconception around DGB or tier 4, tier 2 is just because you have those kits, you still got to manage the asset correctly.
Yeah,
so when it's a KPI for us on that substitution number,
right?
So it's a visible number on our screen when our pump operators are manipulating the assets. So we have optimal substitution because it's a KPI for us. We measure ourselves against it. It's not just, hey, you got this kit on and now just put it into gear and go. There's actually some science behind how do you maximize that substitution within the asset.
Yeah, most companies will look at it from a fleet level, whereas we look at it per asset level.
So this is the closing question, but I'm going to tell you guys how good of a job I think you've done educating me. I'm going to answer the question that I was going to give you. Okay. The question is, if the oil field is moving towards a more integrated energy managed model, what ultimately defines success? Is it fuel choice, technology, or execution in the field? And I would say, kind of listen, you want me to repeat the question? If the oil field is moving towards a more integrated energy managed model, what ultimately defines success? Fuel choice, technology, or execution in the field? I would say that fuel availability with execution in the field by your team and the technology available is the only way. So it's all three of them. It's not one or the other.
That's right. I would agree with that 100%.
But you can't do anything without your execution of your people.
That's right.
And you really can't do anything without proper fuel availability. And then you have to have the technology, because if you want this, but you can't get it, it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah. It's collaborating with the client, though. You wrapped it up well, though, John. Yeah. You're a natural.
That means you, honestly, I really feel like you guys did a great job. Because none of this stuff is, listen, there's 100 things you didn't tell me today, right? There's the nth degree of these widgets. But like, this is, the audience learned something today. I promise you they did. And they need to know these things, because they have to call you guys, and someone's going to hear this and be like, I need that. I have fuel.
Yep.
I don't have the team.
Right.
Or I have money to buy technology and I have fuel.
Yeah.
Right.
We like them.
Yeah. I love it. Did I miss anything? Is there anything else I need to cover here?
No, this was fantastic.
Which podcast you like? Our first, second, or third one that we did today was your favorite?
I don't know. Maybe we'll just blend them all. I guess the first couple we can't do those.
Just kind of
they're
mime
gone.
those out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, really appreciate you having us.
Thank you for the hats. These are great.
Been a wonderful experience. So thank you.
Thank you guys for coming in town. So Dallas McCauley and Nathan Getschel, thank you guys very much. Step Energy. Truly, I've known you guys for a long time. We have a couple mutual friends we talked about off air.
Absolutely.
You guys actually, you mentioned, you know my brother. This is a small world here as well. The oil field is the best.
Absolutely,
The people,
it is.
it is one of these worlds that you burn a bridge and you might as well go sell tires because you're done, and you got to be around a long time. You guys have been around a long time, and it sounds like you're gonna be around a lot longer. So I truly wish you guys the best. Congrats on the success. Go tell the guys that nobody gets to meet. Thank you for doing things the right way. I'm gonna come see you.
Let us know
at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
And we'll have breakfast because nobody will know the difference.
That's right. Bring your sticks when you come up.
Absolutely. I'll shoot 105 with me. That sounds great.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, that's the Energy Pipeline podcast. Check us out on all our socials. Caitlin, how did we do? Great job, Caitlin. Great job, everybody. Look, the Caterpillar Oil and Gas website, that's where you want to go. Upright Digital for anything other questions. If you have any complaints, which I will, send those to Caitlin. If you have any compliments, send those to me. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.